pretty heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my fellow Americans. Speaking of a heavy topic, today I speak to you not merely in the interest of the rights of the black race, but as one voice in behalf of the toiling masses who labor and struggle beneath the grinding wheels of the industrial machine. The present status of the American wage earner imperatively calls for action. How many more generations shall men and women go to a factory to see the gates slammed and bolted and gloom within, and 12 and 14 hours of labor for a pittance that means starvation? How long are we going to allow a system to persist which gives no safeguard to labor against degradation and no security against starvation? We must face the grim reality that the American workforce is in crisis. History has been witness to how unbridled industrial capitalism degrades people to no more than means of earning profit. Take the terrible Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, a fire of 1911, where 146 men and women locked behind doors so they could not even take a single moment's rest are lost to terror and flame. Is this loss justified? This is the cost extracted by our quiet surrender to corporate power. I say to you, it's time for government intervention. It's time for legislation, time for protections that make sure our workers not only survive, but live with the security and respect they deserve. Let me take the opportunity to share with you what thinkers believe and I think is the best way forward. There is a need for the elevation of the American workers through education. For us to achieve real equality, it has to be through educational programs. As my dear colleague Raylan Rabaka insists, that the racial uplift is necessary to affect wider social justice. Government-sponsored educational opportunities can equipping the workers with skills other than those at the factory to get himself above the exploitative cycles. Furthermore, my friends, for workers to be able to demand their rights, they have to come together in one voice. The government has to provide union protections, a protection that will equalize the playing field between strong corporations and the ordinary worker. If not, with the government's help, the corporations get away with their influence, silencing workers who dare raise their voice for decent pay, safe working conditions, and reasonable hours. We can demand change. But with government supporting unions, as I have long urged, American workers would have a voice strong enough to demand their rightful share. Let us just echo again, this cry for justice is not ideology, it is humanity. It is the mortal obligation for the government to attend to the welfare of the people, especially of those who cannot fend for themselves. If the government does not act upon legislation against the abuses of labor, then we are just as guilty as everybody else in this monstrosity of shame. Indeed, as I have said many times, without such legislation, we can link the march of civilization to the chains of greed and inhumanity. We can work in America together where work means dignity and labor means opportunity for every single citizen. That's our role, our responsibility, to stand with me. Stand with me with demanding the government's acts for those without power. Stand with me as we strive to bring dignity, fairness, and opportunity back to our people. Thank you.